Hey, this is yaoiwarvtrn. She's a yaoi locked Ultima Iron Man. That means I can't bank or trade, but additionally, for every level, quest point, certain number of boss kills, and collection lock slot, I will have to read one chapter of yaoi. All leading up to life's biggest challenge, fetishizing gay men. So, hey, welcome to the Yaoi Lock series. In the last episode, we did a lot of preparations for Ultima Iron Man Bingo, and in this episode, we'll be going through Ultima Iron Man Bingo. How I did in Bingo and where we placed, those are questions that'll be answered later on in the video. But one thing I'll answer right now is if this episode has a lot of yaoi in it, and it doesn't. At this time in my progression in my account, I had no idea what I was doing with the series. I didn't know how things would work, how videos would be made, and how to pace things out. So this whole everything, no yaoi, almost no yaoi. There is some, it's just at the end. Also, you'll get the answer to why this footage is all about 2 months old. Again, later in the video, but it will be answered, don't worry. I'm already going to say, in the next episode, I'm hoping I can have a lot more yaoi, and a lot of the material that my series is advertising in the first place, I can actually have in the next episode, because I'm working on it right now. There's a lot that I've read for it. I'm really hoping that it's not going to be like this, and I'm going to have my act together from now on. Alright, let's get into the video. 79 attack. That is 80 attack, and I almost completely missed that message because plain Celeste. Alright, this is rare for me. I'm actually getting the level on camera for once. 84 hit points and also 99 combat. Just a couple levels away. Okay, this is a bit of a weird case. There are 2.5 or 0.5 chapters, in this case it's a 2.5, which are kind of like very low stakes, not moving the plot forward sort of moments that are just like for characterization and getting more of a feel for how their relationship is working out. The way I'll handle these sort of things is basically by page count. If a chapter is normally like 20 pages long and a 0.5 is like 5 pages long, then I'll combine the 0.5 chapter into the regular chapter for the purpose of the clip. I'm basically just going on vibes. Hey, that's 81 attack. Okay, you gotta trust me on this. I walked away from my computer, I got logged out, but in that time I got 82 attack. I'll put up the screenshot right now. I swear it happened, I just didn't get it on camera. Okay, so you can see I'm 547 XP away from the level. That'll get me to 100 combat. I don't want to do another Nightmare Zone, I'm just gonna... There's the level. 100 combat. I think my plan, since the entire plan was go do pest control once I get 100 combat, but I'm adding an extra step to the plan. I'm getting medium combat achievements so I can get an extra point per game at pest control, so I can get prayer XP that much faster. So I think I'm gonna do some gauntlet achievements. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go for Agniel Diet, Crystalline Warrior, Wolf Puncher, Perfect Hunlef, and Defense Doesn't Matter, since they're all sort of irrespective of having good DPS. I can just be good at the game. Dude, what the hell? I had to search this much of the map to find another paddlefish spot. I had one at the start and then nothing else for like the rest of it. This combat achievement is Wolf Puncher, which is basically doing the technique called 5 to 1, where you attack 5 times with your good weapon, switch to one of your 2 bad weapons for a hit, then go back to your good weapon for another 5 hits, go back to the bad weapon that you didn't use, and then repeat. It's honestly just that easy. That's my first time doing 5 to 1. I think Agniel Diet is something I'll do next. Okay, this is going really bad. I've fucked up 5 to 1 like multiple times. Okay, I just have to leave. There was literally no chance that I could do that. I couldn't do that, no. I didn't get the hits. Messed up 5 to 1 at the very end, and that's pretty much what killed me. Okay, I'm gonna try to just not run the entire kill, or I do Hunlef. Because that's kind of what's killing me. It's both that and... well, 3 things. That, the prayer usage in the rest of the kill, and also just taking random damage is not great. I think I just can't do Agniel Diet at my level. I mean, I can, but like if I don't want to flick the entire kill, then I just can't do it. And I'm not good enough with... I could lazy flick. If I lazy flick the entire kill, then I might be able to. I think, at the very least, I'm gonna try to do Crystalline Warrior. Perfect Hunlef and defense doesn't matter, because those are way easier to do than Agniel Diet. How you shut up. I think this kill I'm gonna go for defense doesn't matter. I'm gonna just try and have maximum DPS. Please just do damage. Hit the boss. Thank you. Oh, I got perfect as well. I think I'll go for at least Crystalline Warrior here. I actually don't know... I don't know how much you need for a set of Perfected. You need 13 of each and 540 shards. I'm kind of really close here. Like, I just barely made this full set, and I don't know if I'm actually gonna get the kill, since I don't think I'm gonna... I mean, I don't know how good Perfected Armor is the thing. This could be like I'll take like basically no damage, or it could be like, it could be the end of me. I don't know. I might have to do this again. Okay, I'm taking almost 0 damage. Genuinely, I haven't eaten a single piece of food in like the first half of the kill. I'm playing the worst I've played tonight, and like I'm still doing fine. No wonder hardcores use this. That was so easy once I got to the fight. I think I'm gonna do defense doesn't matter too, and then... yeah. I am literally doing as much as I can to do damage, and I cannot. I'm eating as little as I can. I have my best prayers up. Finally, a good hit! The first of the kill! Fuck this place. Okay, so Corrupted Gauntlet sucks for combat achievements at this level. Now that I think about it, why am I even doing any of this? The fuck is the point? I did the math. Getting 60 prayers should take about 9 to 10 hours. And I can tell you right now, the boost in XP from getting medium CAs will not be that much better to like to offset the amount of time that I spend on these, because I have already spent at least an hour here I'll spend probably like 5 hours minimum to get medium combat achievements done. I'm just gonna say, I'm done here. We're gonna go to pest control and hopefully get it done before the event starts. Because, reminder, the event starts in 24 hours. So if I play 10 hours in the next 24 hours, then we're good. If not, then we have a little bit of carryover into the event. It's fine. Alright, I was making such a big deal of the whole getting a hunter combat thing because it really does matter for this minigame. Getting a hunter combat is like, it is what makes this a semi-viable prayer training method. Well, maybe I was overselling it. Looking at it, doing medium tier, like the tier below what the tier below veteran hunter combat, you get 9,500 XP an hour at my current level with my current combat achievements versus 11,400 prayer XP an hour with what I have right now. Which, being fair, is not that crazy of a difference, but I think it's enough of a difference to where I wanted to get a hunter combat just for this. Pest control is a very simple minigame. I was weirdly intimidated by it, like, however many years ago when I first did it. But it's really incredibly easy. You deal damage to first the pests that come out of the portals, and then the portals when they become unguarded. And as long as your contribution bar up here is above, like, 0, then, you get, like, contribution points. In my case, I'll be getting 4, I think. No, I'm stupid. You get 6 points per game. For every 100 points that you hand in, you get a significant amount of prayer XP. At my level, that means you get like 480 or so prayer XP per game, which is kind of bad when you think about it, because you're spending like a minute or so on every game. But I try not to think about that, and I just sort of do the games. Whatever, I'll see you when I get a level. Or, no, I'll see you when I have enough points to hand in 100. I have 100 points. Give me prayer XP. There you go. Yeah, one more batch of 100 points to get that. Put in these 100 points. And there you go, 55 prayer. No way I can use preserve? I don't have a prayer scroll unlocked.
Huge.
Yo, I just lagged, bro, and it fucking made this stock.
Let's go, 56 prayer. So I'm gonna be, I'm gonna start the cutoff period right here. I'm gonna accumulate the chapters from this point on. So right now we're at 1 chapter that's backlogged, and by the end I will read all of them back to back. That's 1, and second one, 57 prayer, 58 prayer, 59 prayer, and 60 prayer. That's it. And finally use chivalry, and I can finally go and do Corrupted Gauntlet. So this is kind of where things begin to fall apart for me. I hadn't recorded anything seriously since my series last year, and I was in a competition for the first time with a bunch of other UIMs. I was being a captain for the first time. I was under some stress to perform, so I kind of forgot to record a lot of the time, so a lot of the proof that I have is just completely lost. I do manage to verify how much progress I made in that time, but it is a little bit shaky. Now I can finally go and do Corrupted Gauntlet. If you don't know, the only reason that I went and got 60 prayers because to activate melee prayers, you would have to click both of these, which is a bit annoying. So now instead I can just click this and be done with it. And it is actually better than these two, but like not by a lot. Oh, okay. Oh man. Rough kill, you can see 7 minutes 30. That was a long kill, holy shit. Alright, first kill back, do I get... No, I do get a lot of money, wow. Doing one corrupted gauntlet is better than doing like 8 hours of pest control. That was a rough one. That definitely could have gone much better if I was more used to using the halberd. Okay, so now that I've done a bit of corrupted gauntlet and I'm looking at what the rest of the team's doing, I think I know what I'm going to do the rest of the competition. Most of what I'm going to do is corrupted gauntlet, as I've been doing for a while. Well, not that long, only like 20 kills. And other than that, I'm going to be doing small team Guardians of the Rift, which I'm going to be learning for the first time. Probably a bit of Wintertodd, and barbarian fishing in my downtime. Is when I'm doing like pretty much nothing else. And like I don't have the time to focus on like full sending corrupted gauntlet kills. Okay, oh wait, no, I don't want to get Carsey Headrest in the clip. Okay, you can see right here, I got 68 crafting. Lemons, you're in the clip.
Hello.
Alright, so it's about the end of the first day, and we're in 4th. Surprisingly. I mean, half of my picks were friend picks, so I am kind of shocked that we're this high up still. Though we did get first pick, so that's carrying a lot of weight. Yeah, I haven't done a ton today in terms of like PVMing and like incredibly important stuff. I did a couple hours of Corrupted Gauntlet, some small team Guardians of the Rift, and a bit of this. Like just doing this because it's very easy and brain off. We're pretty close on a lot of tiles, so I feel like we have the potential to go up in the rankings pretty heavily. Okay, we're back at the mines, and I forgot to record 81 rune crafting, so that level is there. 25 KC. 30 KC. So I've been doing a little bit of barrows. I'm kind of tired, so I hop worlds. Yeah, as you can see, I got an Aram's rope skirt like 1 kill ago. That should be useful in like TOA and Cox and probably a couple other places, but nothing like insanely like massive for the account. Just sort of like generally useful. Okay, first thing, 24 kills. Second thing, I got Thorax hammers. Like, probably one of the worst items I could ever get in barrows. I got it. That was 64 thieving. Oh shit, right, I forgot. I got 85 hit points at one point. Ignore the fact that I'm doing agility right now. I got 76 woodcutting on mobile. That's 72 agility. I'm gonna fuck off the sepulcher now. 65 thieving. 66 thieving. The Bodhi number, no way. 73. Bodhi. Okay, so, little update for you guys. We are doing very badly. To give you a quick, like, rundown of how things are going, my co-captain is flaked out on me. He has done literally nothing that a captain should do. He hasn't made any real announcements, he hasn't led the team, he hasn't pretty much done anything since planning, which is very fun. A lot of our high-level PVMers just, kinda haven't done shit. few people, or one person got like, was like really sick and just felt like shit and just can't really play. One person just is burnt as shit from a different bingo. One person is playing like 4 hours a day and doing only TOAs at level like fucking 450, which is not good for the tile. Yeah, we are in 9th. I just had to check. I hadn't looked recently. We still have the potential to not be in last since we have probably about half of our tiles are like 70% of the way to being completed. It's fucking annoying because like I'd say like half of this is my fault because I'm a first-time captain. I don't know what I'm doing really. It would help to have people that know what they're doing. I mean, I picked up my co-captain and he has no idea what he's doing, so part of this is on me. And I know that I could be playing much more than I am right now, but I'm like starting a new job right now, which is like taking all my mental energy away from doing RuneScape things. Like, I can't just fucking no-life fucking Sepulchre, fucking like Gauntlet or LMS or whatever when I'm like, I just got home from fucking work and I just don't want to do anything, so I'm excited when this comp's over so I can just sort of play at my own pace again. So, something has happened since I made my last recording. We have a third captain. User Weed Lesbian has stepped up and decided to lead the team since I have had a lot less free time lately. I've started a new job, and as I said before, co-captain hasn't been doing too much. So, both of us are fine with this. I'm very fine with it. And with them at the helm, we could actually get a half-decent placing. And half-decent means above, like, 8th or 7th place. We have, I believe, 24 hours to pull this through, but I believe we can do it. Right now, we're focusing just 2 rows, and if we can do those, then I think we should. Then we're gonna be doing 2 different rows, which are like hopefully that will mean that we can secure a like maybe a 6th place. It's better than when we were in 9th. I was fully believing we were gonna be last place by the end of the competition, but I think it's turned around. So apparently I forgot to have my mic on during this whole sort of going through the final sheet. Basically what you need to know, we placed 7th, which we talked a little bit of shit about a few teams below us when we were in 4th, so we couldn't have lost to them. That would have been way too embarrassing. Unfortunately lost to Zilliana Zealots. That was our main competitor, I think. Or no, it was Giant Gnomes, but Zilliana Zealots, they were like next in line because I had a personal beef with Trout, who was a captain of that team. Pretty like my main notes are just like I ended up picking a lot of inefficient picks that were fun, and that's kind of what I wanted to do when I came into this competition. I wanted to just sort of have fun playing RuneScape in a competitive environment, and I feel like I kind of did that. Near the end, I was feeling pretty rough until Lemons showed up and saved it. Will that happen again? Maybe. I mean, there's never say never. Just the circumstances of my life right now don't really facilitate that sort of thing. I hadn't counted it up yet, but I just looked and I have to read 42. And the full breakdown is as follows. It is 17 chapters from levels, 18 chapters from collection log slots, and 7 chapters from kill count. 5 of which come from Corrupted Gauntlet, 2 of which come from a Barrows. So, let's get to work. And then I didn't do it for 2 months, or a month and a half, about that. So basically, I was a little bit intimidated by the amount of chapters that I had to read. So instead of just tackling them like slowly like a sane person, I held it off for about a month and did them all in a few days, which is what the next video will be. And I'm sorry there's almost no yaoi in here, but just like the pacing of the video, I think it works well if I just have the entire bingo arc condensed to this whole thing, and I have relatively recent clips in the next episode instead. Anyways, you know how I said there would be yaoi in this episode, and I poorly edited in a almost into that previous little sound bit? Well, here it is. Alright, this is all live, this is unscripted. So, OB, this, I believe, is the installment after Sosugyose, that manga that I raved about last episode. I thought it was great. I thought the characters had really good chemistry. I realized I didn't talk a whole lot about what happens in it, and basically it's a lot of sort of teenage drama in sort of like teenage romance, their first love, which is an extension from the first volume, Classmates. And when I went into this, I thought, oh, this is probably going to be more of the same, you know, it's going to be more of them just going through their lives as teenagers. At this point, one of them's in university, and the other one is working, doing gigs as a musician, freelance sort of thing. And when I started reading, I was like, okay, it's about them, it's also about someone else who's like looking at them and like interested in one of them. That's probably gonna like just sort of smooth over. And then I read the next chapter, I was like, who the fuck are these people? Then I read the next, and I was like, oh, it's an anthology. This is about people that aren't the main pair from the last two sort of series. This is about them as well as all these other little couples that the manga created just for this, pretty much. And I have sort of mixed feelings on them. There are parts of the story that drive focus away from the new characters to go back to Kusakabe and Sajo, the main two, but they're relatively short and not super in-depth. The majority of the focus here is given to the new characters, which I don't love. A lot of these characters aren't as developed or fleshed out as Kusakabe and Sajo. They don't have that backstory and development that gets me to care about them. They only have a chapter each. Occasionally they get a 0.2 or 0.5 chapter, but generally they don't get much more than the 20 or 30 pages that they're afforded. About the art style, I think it is still distinctly her art style. It is still the art style that was born from her early works like Classmates and Sosugyose, but it's a little bit more refined, a little more professional, which I do appreciate, but I do sort of miss how janky and frankly bad looking some frames and panels looked. They were a little bit charming, but I do like how body types are more consistent throughout pages and people look more like people. My main takeaway 2-something months after reading this is that I liked what they did with Kusakabe and Sajo in the small amount of time they had on screen. We get shown a little bit of the strain that's being taken on their lives together. One of them has to take a train like several hours to get where Sajo is, and you can only do it a couple times a month at most, maybe like once a month. And they're very clearly like, we have to spend all the time that we have together. We have to make the most out of what little we have. So I believe we get a canon Fade to Black sexy, and it's not just implied. About specific chapters that aren't about the two people that I actually care about, like written on screen, is probably chapter 3. That's the one that I feel like is a little bit more interesting than the rest, because a lot of these chapters are kind of who cares, just like yeah, things are happening, but I don't care about them really. It's basically between like a fashion designer and like guy like in the fashion industry. One of them's a lot more experienced, very kind of a baller. The other one's kind of stuck up, doesn't know what he's doing. And then he gets taken away to like this guy's like private mansion that they just fuck all day. He's got some other girl like hanging out with him. And like all they do is just fuck nonstop. Even if the fashion designer doesn't really want to, he's still like expected to fuck a little bit because, you know, that's the vibe of the whole place, you know? We get this little bit of conflict that's like, you know, he feels weird about like this guy fucking some girl in front of him, and like he just got fucked in the ass like, you know, 4 hours ago. Now he's doing it to her, you know? What the hell, man? I thought he had something, that sort of thing. And then like after the weekend, like everything's, you know, everything's over. They ended up getting robbed by him. Took all the shit out of their wallets, all their fucking jewelry and expensive shit. I'm just like, that's kind of an interesting story compared to the other stuff on offer, I feel like. Just, you know, I think it's fun. But not really fun, just like a little more compelling than... Like I say here, it almost makes up for the fact that I'm not reading Kusakabe and Sajo. Not fully, but it is a good time that it lasts. I did enjoy reading it as much shit as I'm talking about it, just I wish it weren't like this. I wish it were something different in the end. Since this just isn't really my vibe. Oh, by the way, on Kusakabe's 20th birthday, the like last 10 pages of like an extra little bonus chapter, they both get out sets of rings for each other, so now they have two pairs of... They now each have 2 rings on the ring finger, which comes up later in the next like sort of installment in the series. That's not that important, I just felt like putting it in. My rating is 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it about as much as I did Classmates, just simply because it's that sort of balance of the characters are being written pretty well now. The art style looks good, storytelling's better, but it's mostly about people I don't care about all that much. It's a fun time, but I wish I were reading Sosugiyose right now. Alright, that's all the yaoi you're gonna get. That's it. That's everything. I had to put something in because it felt wrong having no yaoi in the yaoi series, but that is all I can give. I'm saving the good stuff for next episode. There is a lot of stuff that I've already accumulated. I've read probably at least like 60 chapters in the next episode, so you're gonna be eating good. I'm telling you, this is just basically a shitty progress video. In the next episode, I'm gonna be doing a lot of Varlamore content. Mostly Perilous Moons, but also a little bit of the quests and stuff around the area too. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, like the video. If you liked it more than that, subscribe. Hoping to have not weekly uploads, but semi-consistent uploads, like every like 2-3 weeks maybe. And if you click the bell, then you get notified about all my future uploads. You don't potentially miss a video if the algorithm decides to not promote anything I do, because that's probably what it's going to do. If you have any recommendations for yaoi, I would love to hear them in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.